Okay, what's you guys, welcome to Uncle's Gaming Channel, and I'm just going to do a little tutorial and hopefully we can get this right. So basically I'm using a DELAN clip for the reasons I mentioned previously. The software has reset itself, so at the moment I've put a tiny little profile in just to get us started, and but it's way too whippy like that, look. Yeah, so what we need to do is we need to go into the software, and I thought I'd make a bit of a video about it. So this line down here is your angle that you turn your head, and this line here is how much you want it to look. Okay, so we're on, this is on your, which is on your left and your right. Okay, do it like that. Okay, so let's have a little look. So I'm now looking about 45 degrees, and I can see that that's turned it about 60. So what we do, you have to keep going back and seeing what that's like. So you can see now, forget about the fact that it goes forward, but it's not so whippy. It is still whippy to the right, but not so whippy to the left. But okay, so what we need to do is disable that. So you see the forward bit? We need to disable that, because what's happening is as we're going left, it's coming forward. So back out of that. Now the way I used to do this, because it's these ones, I just leave this on the single one. I used to just bring this line right down here, like so, if I remember rightly. Now you probably could set these up. Right, that's better. Just go back to that one, because that one wasn't quite right, was it? And if I remember rightly, okay, let's go back to ETS. See, now I'm leaning forward and it's not doing that, so that's better. So when we look left now if we keep turning left, right, now it's not quite going left enough for me to look right behind me without breaking my neck. And my advice with this is always do one side at a time. Don't try and even think about doing both. I want to be at 180. Yeah. And then when I want to look 90 degrees behind me, yeah, is when I turn my head about 45. So you just need to put a little slope in this. It's quite hard with the left one, so let's try that. Okay, so with the left one, that's much slower, but not turning far enough, but much nicer and slower for when you're trying to make videos anyway. So yeah, that's much nicer, so okay, so we'll all tab out of that again. Right, okay, so basically it's not quite turning far enough. It's nice and slow. let's get rid of that. Let's bring that in a bit. And we'll put a little curve there. See how that's sped up again now? See, that's too much. I did warn you that this was going to take a while, guys, but I think what we'll do is, I think I'll put that too close, so I think I want to put that one there. And then maybe drag it slightly about there. And give that a bit better. Hopefully that's a better angle and not so fast. Yeah, that's not so fast. And see, yeah, I can turn right way around now. Still look at the screen. Okay, I'm going to be alright with that one for a minute. Left. See, our up and down is fine, and it's not coming forward when I lean forward, which is what I don't want. The cross one I'm not too bothered about, so let's try doing the right. So you have to think to yourself, get it centered, always bind yourself a button. I'll show you how to do that in a minute. Now you can see the issue when I turn right is it gets to a certain point and then it goes too fast there. So I would say that is about me looking 40 degrees. And then suddenly it's whoosh. So yeah, I think what I need to do is to just bring that one a little bit further back. Just see what that's like. So we're going along. Yeah, that's quite nice. So I can look out the side mirror now. Look at the side mirror. It's still quite fast on that right one. Now, the way to do that is to slow it down. Is to put a little dot there. Just bring yourself a little bit more of a curve, basically. And try that out. Not sure what those weird little artifacts going on my screen are, but that's much slower. Okay. Your pitch, which is your up and down, we worked out that wasn't too bad. And the roll, to be honest with you, unless you turn your head on a funny tilted angle, it's not really going to affect it. But I will leave it set up. Okay, let's just go back. Right, so once you've done that, come out. Right, and so what I'm going to do now is stop this here, go to profile. Yeah, and I'm going to create a new copied config, so I'm quite happy with that now. So I'm going to call that Steve2. And that will now be our profile. So we could go back to what I had if I wanted, Steve1 or the default, but we'll keep it as Steve2. That will always thing in that. Right, so if we go into options, now I've already got mine. I've already got mine bound to, I've got a foot pedal down by my foot pedals, which is a USB pedal, and basically running through one of those encoders that you can buy for a $5 on Amazon, which is what I made all my button boxes on and different things like that. Anyway, so I've got this pedal. All you basically do is make sure you're facing forward in your position, click the bind, and it will come up. And like I say, obviously mine was done, but I've just rebound it to joy button 2. It's supposed to center at startup. It that never seems to work, to be honest with you. So we'll just go through and just check. Now there are other things. In fact, just in case we get into a situation, I'm going to bind a button. So anyway, okay, so I've bound a button to it now, and that will stop it. If you think, right, relative translation, you don't really need. I personally never mess about with this because I don't actually know. There are some videos you can go and find, but to be honest with you, they sounded like gobbledygook to me. And then your game detection is to go and find your ETS. So let me see if I can remember how we did this. I go to D in my case, games, Steam apps, common, Euro truck, in x86. There's your Euro trucks exe. I'm sorry that took so long to get to, but I just literally forgot that I'd installed all my games onto my D drive. Okay, so you just open that up, and that's there. So you could also then add another one in, yeah, which would be to go to this PC, D, games, Steam apps, common, American truck, bin, x86, and then you've done that. So basically, you make sure you're on Point Tracker, Free Track. I don't use the Track Hat software. You can if you want, but I found that this to be better. A seller and all the rest of it. So when you start up, right, there we go, and there we are. So you can remember I've got it. You can see now when I turn my head, yes, it's nowhere near as violent as it was. And the head tracker's working. Now let's just check the non-tracking button. See how it's stopped. Okay. So what I do need to do is to quickly go back in so you can see that I've got the stop tracking. So we better have 1 for starting it again. So okay, so that is how we do that. And then you got to keep this open. It's just, let me just shut down my files. And let's go back to Euro truck. And there we go. Not so violent. Yeah. Can he turn right round? Right round? Yeah. Okay, and then of course you've got all your. There's me straightener out. So I've not bothered because this isn't my truck in setting anything up.
Time to hit the road.
Let's go out and test it on the road quickly. This is a big job, this one, so we won't be showing the whole of this. Ooh. I'll say I will be getting
right.
I will be getting the Actros mod back, which makes streaming and recording with triple screens much easier for me, because I like the view of being close up with the wheel and the dash, so I don't want to be so that you can see the side mirrors. I don't want that because it's not very nice for me to play like that. So let's remove that because we're in a different truck now. So I haven't actually set graphics up or anything like that yet. So I'll be doing that in a little bit.
Turn right.
I'm just going to have a little drive to the nearest service station. We can check out the head tracking. So we might as well do a bit of a review at the same time. This is the DELAN clip. Now I did have a track hat clip, and I've had it for years, and when it worked really well.
Keep left,
but it was
and then continue straight on.
The one that you charge, and then it was cordless, if you know what I mean. Well, that lasted about 3 months, and then it wouldn't hold its charge, and it was forever glitching the software. And I was using the track hat version of opentrack at the time. So anyway, I got incredibly fed up with that, and I decided to just download a normal version of opentrack. Now that really helped. So I had the track hat with just normal opentrack, and basically the track hat itself, I had to keep it plugged in the whole time, even though it was supposed to charge. And I don't know, it was just the actual unit itself was glitchy. So basically I got fed up one day and I bought myself a DELAN kit, and I promise you this, I have not looked back. This thing just works. You know, I know when you look at it you think, oh, bare wires down one side and all of this and stuff, but I tell you, it's brilliant. It's an awesome thing, especially for this game, you know. Being able to look around, and if you're on single screen, I mean technically I don't need it because I've got triple screens, but I do need it to be able to make the videos, the type of videos that I want to make for you guys, which is being able to look around and all that. I think it adds to it. And this thing, as the actual clip itself, has not let me down once. And to be quite honest with you, opentrack, the normal opentrack, the one you just saw me making that video on, that's never let me down either. I just built myself a new build and stuck opentrack on it, and I must have done something not quite right, because it was a copy off of a hard drive that I thought I'd copied it before I did the new build, because it reset itself. So that's the first time I've had to reset. I think I've had the DELAN clip now for about 6 months, 7 months, and it's never faltered. So now I don't know how much they are now at the moment, so I suppose it's not really a proper review, but I will add this bit to a review and have the prices in with it. But whatever it costs, in my opinion, it's worth it. And in my opinion, the DELAN clip is a far, far superior product to track hat, or the track hat clip. I've never tried the hat. I did actually want to try the hat one time, so because not all the time do I want to play with headphones on. So that's really what I think of the DELAN clip. I'm being absolutely genuine with you. I'm not sponsored by DELAN clip. You know, I pay my money like everybody else did. Yeah, and it was reasonable. It was cheaper than track hat. That much I do know. I'm just not quite sure the price now because it's 6 or 7 months on. But believe me, guys, if you want one that just works, get it. Now I'm using the wired one. I think they now do one that is wireless. I can't say about that one, but the wired one, which is what I'm using, has been absolutely flawless. So that's been my review. We're going to put into the services. So thanks for sticking with me. If you've stuck this far, you are absolute stars, and I shall buy you all a Christmas present next year. So I hope you had a happy Christmas, because you're probably going to see this after Christmas. But let's just put in here.
Finding new route.
Yeah, you do that.
Recomputing.
You can. I thank you for joining me, and I hope to see you in another one. I hope you found this helpful. Bye for now, guys.